So, each time issues come up like this, they tend to make everybody begin to wonder what kind of person Olori Miriam is. Is it possible for her just to maintain her lane and maintain her level? I brought you a story recently that the Oni has asked Naomi to select any vacation spot of her choice that he only wants to spend Valentine with Naomi tomorrow. Another issue just came up. Oh. Miriam has actually kicked against that vacation. That Oni cannot try it. That if Oni takes Naomi on a vacation, he's going to take all the wives on a vacation. That what the Oni should try to do is to try to see how he can bring everybody together for them to have a joint vacation. Which one now is it that he wants to take only Naomi away for a vacation? That is actually not going to work. So my people, I don't know. It's really kind of cumbersome because the owner, as a matter of fact, knows what he wants and he knows how to get what he wants. Not minding how people try to get involved in his matter with the wives. But all in all, in as much as he always has an idea of what he wants and how he wants to get it, these women are constantly always bringing issues up so that at the end of the day, they now have a way of causing chaos and causing unnecessary alarm when it's actually not really not supposed to be. The $1,000,000 question now is, what's Valentine all about? Valentine is supposed to be St. Love's Day. So anybody can actually decide to select who he wants to spend time with. So when he wants to select someone to spend time with, and suddenly you on the other hand now begin to kick against it, doesn't it now show you that there's actually problem and it calls for concern? It calls for concern because if, for instance, you are not needed, you are not supposed to now force yourself on the Oni, because what Miriam is doing right now is invariably forcing herself on the king. And I begin to wonder and get surprised why a full-blooded woman want to force herself on a king who, as a matter of fact, doesn't really want you. You know, it's a big issue. It's a big challenge. It's something that people really want to diversify and get to a reasonable conclusion. Now, all in all, the king knows that Naomi has passed through a lot these few days. You know, Naomi has really passed through a lot. She has seen Ngwe. If you know what Ngwe is, that is exactly what the king has noticed. And he now said, okay, the only thing he can do now to make things to somehow fall in place is to see how he can logically make Naomi feel good and feel fine by organizing a small vacation, which he has told Naomi to select a place. You know, now that shows you that the only knows what he wants, because if he didn't know what he wanted, or if he just wanted to allow things take their due course, he should have said, okay, that Naomi, you know what, come to the palace or come to my chambers, let us have a drink, or let us have a bite, or let us, let's have something. But guess what? He did not do any of this. Rather, he kept himself um, clean. Sorry. He kept himself standard for a time that he wants to spend with his dearly beloved wife. There's one thing for you to say, okay, you're married. Another thing for you to be with someone that was forced on you. All these other wives of the Oni, if you check very well, they were all forced on the Oni. It's not like he invariably was ready to cohabit or coexist with any of them. He on his own has just knew that of a truth, the person I want to be with is Naomi. He has already made his choice. But just the way the crown is, the crown now gives you an opportunity to be yoked with so many women. But all in all, he also really knows or wants something that will make him happy. Just as I always say, everybody's happiness, your happiness is sacrosanct. Nobody is supposed to take your happiness away from you. No matter how tight, no matter how difficult, no matter how disturbing it could be, it is very important for us to know that your happiness is sacrosanct. So if the only knows and understands what gives him happiness, then I think every other person should look for a way and align and let the happiness somehow rub on every other person. Because whether we like it or yes, the Oni is a full-blooded man, not minding what tradition says. Tradition comes secondary. What comes primarily is the ability for him to attain the level of happiness and joy that he needs to have. You know, in all of this, he, as a matter of fact, still wants to enjoy life, and not just enjoy life, but enjoy it to the fullest. And other of his wives are having different notions, especially Miriam, who always consistently has um, this spirit of struggling, always wanting to poke nose, always wanting to even be where he's not supposed to be. She has consistently caused so much chaos in the palace. And if she continues to cause chaos in the palace the way she's doing it right now, then the truth of the matter is that things cannot really activate the way they should be activated. You know, all in all, she has consistently and constantly remained a problem to the palace. I was thinking that with her age, with her age now, she should, as a matter of fact, be the one to put the palace in order. So if she now cannot put the palace in order, then it now gives us room to really ponder and be scared of how people relate with other people. So I think it gives us room to worry.